Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jules. I'm excited that you're here today because we're going to be talking about one of the most powerful faculties, and that is imagination. Imagination is one of the most powerful faculties that we possess as human beings. It's a gift that allows us to create worlds, dream up possibilities, and escape the limits of our current reality. But more important than that, imagination is the gateway to unlocking the life that you truly want. So when you understand its power and you use it intentionally, it can transform everything. Now, let me take you back to my childhood. Between the ages of about 5 and 7, I experienced some difficult times. I was experiencing abuse, which left me feeling guilt and shame and a bunch of negative feelings. While I had incredible loving parents who supported me with care and love, the difficulties I faced were really outside of their hands. And during those moments, my imagination became my escape. I didn't fully understand it at the time, but I was using imagination as a coping mechanism to survive. Now, when I was imagining at that time, I thought of so many different things that brought me joy. I pictured so many different adventures because I was a child, and it was actually some of my happiest memories. Looking back, I realized something profound. Even then, I was really just planting seeds. Those mental pictures were shaping my resilience and eventually became the foundation for the life that I would create as an adult. So, um, imagination, I guess you can say, really gave me hope during those times. And now I know that imagination isn't just a tool for escape. It's really the first step in building the reality that you desire. So imagination, unfortunately, is used sometimes negatively. So everybody uses imagination in one way or another. But a lot of us, myself included, because I've done this, is we've used imagination to create things that are not good. So instead of creating incredible things, bringing to pass things that are things that we love, the life that we want, sometimes we begin to picture and imagine things that we don't want. And sometimes, I would say a lot of times, we don't even do this consciously. How many times have you caught yourself imagining the worst case scenario? Maybe you thought, what would happen if, this went wrong or this went wrong, or if you faced rejection? These are stories that we create in our minds. But what you might not realize is that in these negative mental pictures, they influence your emotions, they influence your decisions, and of course, ultimately, they influence your reality. Imagination is really a tool, a paintbrush. You can use it to create a masterpiece or to scribble chaos, essentially. So most people let their fears and doubts guide their brushstrokes. But the truth is, just as you can imagine the worst, you can also imagine the best. You have the power to flip the script. Kids and the pure power of imagination are one of my favorite things. Children are the masters of imagination. You can ask a child to create a story and they'll come up with worlds and characters that you'd never expect. They can turn a stick into a sword or a cardboard box into a spaceship. Their imagination knows no limits. But over time, as life becomes more structured, we start to lose that magic. In school, we're told to color inside the lines. We're encouraged to choose realistic careers. Thinking outside the box isn't always celebrated. And slowly but surely, our imagination begins to fade. Imagination isn't childish, it's childlike. And that's a good thing. It's what allows us to dream beyond our current circumstances, to create something new, to live in a possibility instead of a limitation. When I was older, I faced challenges where I felt stuck or unsure of my path. But even then, I turned to my imagination. I would close my eyes, picture the life I wanted. I imagined living in a big, beautiful home, having fulfilling work, and feeling joy every day. I've also imagined for my physical health, I've imagined me running or doing exercises. Any time where I felt like I needed to improve in a part of my life, I turned to imagination, create it in my mind first. And at first, of course, it felt a little bit silly, like daydreaming. But the more I imagined, the more it really became. And that vision gave me the strength to keep going. It became my anchor. And what's incredible in that imagination doesn't just give you hope, it gives you direction. It's like setting a GPS for your subconscious mind. When you vividly imagine your goals, your mind starts to look for ways to bring that vision to life. Opportunities you might have ignored will suddenly come up, things will stand out, people who can help you seem to appear. And that's the power of aligning your imagination with your desires. So I want you to try something. I want you to take 10 minutes today to create your own mental movie theater. So I want you to sit down somewhere quiet, close your eyes, and imagine a specific moment in your dream life. Maybe it's the day you achieved a major goal. What does it look like? Who's there with you? What are you doing? How does it feel? Play this mental movie in your mind like it's already happening and make it detailed. Add sights, sounds, smells, and of course, as you've heard me say many times, emotions. The more vivid your imagination, the more your subconscious will believe it. I want you to revisit this mental movie every single day. Let it inspire your actions and remind you of where you are headed. Life isn't always easy and challenges will come. We can count the challenges will come, but imagination isn't just for dreaming, it's for problem solving. The next time you face a challenge, use your imagination to ask, what's the best way forward? Instead of focusing on the problem, imagine the solution. Picture yourself overcoming the obstacle. It's truly amazing when you start practicing this about the things that you can come up with, the solutions that appear in your imagination. And this simple shift can transform how you approach difficulties. It's incredible. Now, let me ask you this. When was the last time you really let your imagination run wild? If you could design your perfect life, what would that look like? I want you to take a moment to think about it. It's so important for us to ask ourselves these questions so that we can challenge how we've been living, so that we can do things that we haven't done. Because as you already know, if we keep doing the things that we've been doing, we're going to have the same results. So I want you to really take this challenge of imagining the life that you desire or a specific part of the life that you desire. And I want you to create it in your life and let your imagination run wild. Don't try to stop it. Definitely stay on guard for negative things and push that out. But let your imagination run wild and really think about what you want to accomplish. Live it. And most importantly, feel it, because that's a very, very important part of it. I want to tell you that imagination really changed my life. From, like I said, from when I was very young, I used it as an escape, and now I use it to build the life that I want. And many times it's helped me find solutions. Many times it's helped me figure out what's going to be the next step. Many times it's helped me on figuring out what the end goal is. And it's been incredible. I'm a huge fan of imagination. I know the power that it has, and I know that it can help you build the life that you want. So please take the challenge that I gave to you today. Try it, experiment with it, and let me know in the comments as to how it went.